Yo, what's going on, y'all? Give me just 1 second here. I'm just fixing one of the giveaways, which didn't work. I was just starting those now. And one of them didn't work, the Battle Pass one. So let's get that fixed. And please? Alright, we're good. Welcome, y'all. We are here with the third day of top 8, guys. Third day out of technically 6. I mean, the round robin is 4 days, and then there is a double elimination for top 6, but it's technically part of the professionals tournament. But we have 4 out of the 7 sets completed. We've got 2 today, 1 tomorrow to finish up the round robin, and then a few days break. We'll go into the double elimination to determine the final teams from top 4. Go ahead and share my screen. We can take a look at the leaderboard at the moment. Joker Origin undefeated. But after today, one of them will not be undefeated. We have Joker and Origin playing in the first set today. We will be watching that one. And Oblivion in third with 3 wins, Apex with 2, NA, Evany, Reggie all with 1, and Alev with 0. Apparently yesterday, or not yesterday, but last tournament, Reggie took Origin to tiebreaker, so Reggie played pretty well. We will see. Today we are watching Origin Joker and then Origin Oblivion, so we've got 2 Origin sets back to back. Otherwise, it looks like NA Reggie, Apex Alev, Oblivion Evany for Tour 5, and then Tour 6, which is the second one today. NA Alev, Reggie Joker, Apex Evany. And again, this is the one that we're watching. And then we have 1 set tomorrow. NA Joker, Alev Evany, Reggie Oblivion, or Apex Origin. I'm going to be watching Reggie Oblivion as of right now. I might change it depending on what the points are looking like. We'll see. But at the moment, that's what I plan to stream. Right now, what we're interested in is 2 things, right? We're interested in who the top 2 teams are that are going to make it through directly to top 4. So at the moment, Joker and Origin are the top 2 teams, but one of them could drop out. Maybe Joker loses all their sets and Oblivion passes them, or Apex somehow passes, or I don't know. It's possible for one of these teams to drop out, and we will see who does that after these 3 sets. But I'm interested in seeing which the 2 top teams are. The winner of Joker Origin is basically confirmed to be one of them, but then other one we'll see. I think Origin Oblivion will be interesting in determining that, because if Oblivion beats Origin, then they will have more wins potentially, depending on how the first set goes as well. And that could bring Oblivion into top 2 instead. So I think these sets will be interesting to watch for that. And then tomorrow, some of these sets down here, I think Reggie Oblivion could be interesting, because we already actually saw in the last PYS before top 8, Reggie and Oblivion had a set that they played against each other. I didn't watch it on my channel, but apparently Reggie beat Oblivion, which is how they clutch their top 8 spot. So maybe we'll get to see that rematch and see if that determines anything important. But yeah, that's where the standings are at right now. And yeah, we got Draconic in the chat. Tack, hello. You know, we're covering tonight should be in the YouTube thumbnail, but you've already seen it probably by now. There's a little bit of delay. No, that's mostly it. I mean, I'm getting my invite in just a second here, so we'll go back to just chatting. But there is one announcement that I wanted to make in just a moment here, if I can get my stream all set up properly. But yeah, the announcement is that top 4, which is happening on, I should probably pull up the dates and prepare it fully and everything. Yeah, so top 4 for NA is going to be on the 19th and 20th of September. So just like over a week after top 8 ends, including that double elimination bracket. I'll actually pull up a calendar as well to see what day of the week those are. Calendar 2025 September. So 19th and 20th are Friday and a Saturday, okay. And something that's new for this Blitz Cup that personally, like, I don't know whether to be happy or sad about it. Like, I'm happy in the sense that it'll benefit me, I think, but sad in that, like, it's kind of a bit of a cop-out move. Wargaming is not doing an official broadcast for Grand Finals, guys. So all this stuff is going to be on my channel, y'all. So instead of having, one day, the first day of top 4 on my channel, and then the second day over on the official broadcast, and they do the announcers, and they have a commentator who is sometimes Bushka, sometimes, someone else, I don't know, and then having like Alexander and all them, they're not doing any of that. No player interviews, no webcams. It's all just going to be here on my channel. So like I'm happy to have it here. I think I'll do a good job, as good of a job as I can do, but obviously it's not going to be anything like an official broadcast. Can't quite get to that level or anything like that, and don't really have the ability to set up things like can't webcams and all of that sort of stuff. Maybe we could do our own little interview thing for fun. I'll have a week to set that up, so maybe we can do something on our own here. But yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea. Maybe you guys let me know what you think would be good to have on the grand final stream. We will have some time to get that all set up, but yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any good ideas in the chat, I'll try to read them if I can during the stream. You can go ahead and get set up for our first set, which is Origin and Joker. Looks like we got Origin on the left, Joker on the right. And got just a second until the room starts, so we can actually put it up now. Origin and Joker with their classic logos. Joker is going back to their original Roots logo this season. As for now, I think they might be getting a new top 4 logo eventually. I think it is getting worked on. But until that comes out, when top 4 starts, this is what Javi has asked me to run. And yeah, of course, sticking with this one for now, but I think they might be getting something new for top 4 as well. Yeah. TDK, you like the intro? I appreciate it, man. It's new for me, so yeah. And Voller, hello Voller. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Arkey, Wolfstein, hello, hello. Good to have all of you. Joker's still not quite in the room. It's not bugged or anything. They're just not quite here yet. But I guess we should really quickly look at the rosters. So we can go ahead and do that. We've got Origin, led by Korra. They have Hai. They have Call Me Daddy, which is Krim from EU. They have Archangel, Fortnite, which is Lightronics, Rob, Chris, Bubba, Whiskey, and Playmaker from EU. So they've got a pretty solid roster. And I guess we can look at the maps while we're at it. We're at Canal for games 1 and 2. I love seeing Canal gameplay. And then Yukon, New Bay, and Wintermelv that goes all the way. I'm hoping that we see a nice tiebreaker set. These guys tend to go pretty back and forth. Although I will say, last season, Grand Finals, Joker sweeping everybody. They were on a different level, so we'll see if Origin's caught up to them. But speaking of Joker roster, here it is. We got a little bit of a theme with the usernames. We got Javi, Reaction, Pafalupi, Bob, that's Otto, Krish, Yarrow, Kami, Kakady, Kakalupi, that's funny, Steely Loopy, which is Steel, and Poopy Loopy is Milo. So all players that have been on the Joker roster before. Yeah, everyone's been on the roster before, so good returning lineup. Not everyone was on their roster last season, but they've played here at one point or another, so that is our roster. We go back to the training room. Looks like everyone's here. Got a minute left. And here on Canal, I always like to think that this is a map where interesting strats tend to get run a lot of different tanks, but we're really not seeing a whole lot of that, are we, guys? I mean, we're seeing an E6, which isn't a common pick. It's still, like, meta, I would say. It's just in competitive. You don't see it quite as much, but we are seeing one on either side. Double light for Joker. They're running 2. Origin's only got 1, and then there's also a TD that Joker has. So maybe they're hoping that they can dig down, get a cap lead. They're the red team if you look at the mini-maps, so that would give them the southwest spot to start things off. Yeah. Impy, hello? The announcement happened yet? Yeah, the announcement. So, I don't know if you heard me say it, but yeah. There you go. The O reaction. Yeah, you heard. There you go. We'll go ahead and introduce the map Canal. And yeah, seeing the reaction in chat. Work says it's lame. Breeze saying that kind of sucks. I agree. I mean, technically it's good for me in terms of channel thing, but I would much rather have it on the official broadcast as well. I think it's always really fun, like co-streaming with the Wargaming employees / bookish / whatever. So I'm also pretty bummed out about it, I have to say. I'll do my best to make things exciting as they can be. But yeah, ultimately, this is a pretty low-effort season from Wargaming, all things considered. So yeah. Let's go ahead and focus on the game here. Looks like we're seeing a little bit of action over A-B area. Right to start off, Origin was trying to go for a quick B grab with 2 tanks, but Joker driving their tanks in the middle there. You're actually able to spot the center pretty easily. And, ooh, someone shot Fortnite. Was that on the move from Steel? No, probably not. He probably just got set up and put that one in. Good shot, but Origin's pretty quick to rotate all the way back. Oh my goodness. Fortnite is getting hit hard. Ho-Ri from Steel. We already saw Steel play a little bit early this tournament against Apex first round of top 8. And he absolutely clutched up. I don't remember if it was the first round or just the first day. I think it was the first round. But we all know that Steel's a good player, obviously. He's been in Joker for a long time. Joker grabs the A base, takes a little time, but Origin eventually gets to D. They're pretty set up here, but they're going to push right on through, not wasting any time grabbing some ground with Rob and Cora. But now Joker can kind of do what they wanted to, which is to set up early. They have the Ho-Ri, which isn't an easy tank to push with, but since they have the cap lead, they can kind of set up a bit of a bunker. Steel has to make sure he's careful here. Looks like there's a lot of shells going around here. Is Steel going to spot Cora? He doesn't quite peek. He's blind firing a bush, even though he's right next to the bush. Maybe just there's a scenario where you don't spot a tank that's there even though it's that close. But I think Steel might have been able to see those shots and realize that there's tanks here. He's got to back up. That is exactly what he's going to do. At the moment, Origin doesn't really have much vision. Their light tank's playing pretty far back, all things considered, not really going for a vision play. Fortnite is spotted in his position. Light's Krish, actually, in the T100. He takes some damage. Good shot. I think that one was from High, or maybe a low roll from Call Me Daddy. Ooh, a second one goes in as well. Now Krish is lit for 20. He's got to be careful. That's really good early bleeds from Origin into the light tank. Obviously, they've taken a little bit more damage, but I would say damage into a light tank is a bit more consequential. And on a map like Canal, light tanks are pretty nice to have. Joker does have 2 of them, though, to be fair. Where's the other one? Where's Reaction? Oh, he's just hiding up here. He was on the screen. I just was looking at the letters. They're a little bit hard to make out nowadays. It's fine. Yeah, there's like the white on the building. Made it hard for me to read his name. But there we go. We see the T100. Chris missing another set. Chris, you're the best bench player that the world has ever seen. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Right now it's just blind firing mostly, but eventually we are going to have to see a move from Origin. This is a map where the caps only tick up by 3 per tick, so it's going to take a little bit more time to get there. It's going to get a little slow. Like obviously we've seen 3 minutes have passed and things haven't really gone too far. So we may not actually see an Origin move until the last second. That's entirely possible. We're still going for blind fires from Rob, actually very close to hitting Steel there. But yeah, not a whole lot of contact. I mean, Fortnite is lit, but really no one else has been lit in a bit. Kami looks like he got blind fired as well. It only damaged his track, so you can kind of see it on the right side if you can see my mouse at all. His track was damaged, but really not a whole lot has happened recently. Origin is grabbing the C base, though. That will give them the cap lead if Joker aren't able to reset it. He does get spotted, though. Does he get shot? Yes, he does. Gets hit. 563. 536, so he's already down a lot more HP than Krish is now at this point. Joker tried it. They almost had it, but he got lit last second. Yarrow taking a little bit of damage. I didn't see what got spotted over here from Origin. Obviously, Cora has been. Didn't notice if Rob was lit or Playmaker yet. Joker probably knows that there's something going on here if Cora's all the way out there. He wouldn't be alone, would he? And then Fortnite has been getting lit pretty consistently over there. Now, at least Origin were able to put a couple shots into Reaction, so he took some damage as well. Both the light tanks for Joker have been hit, but they're not doing as bad as High's HP, so they're chilling right now. And High's going right to the back. Unfortunately, yeah, not really the best thing that a light tank can do. You know, you want to play for vision. This is a map where it's pretty useful to have a light tank for that, but even if he's not being used for vision, he still has mobility to work with, which is nice to have on this map. It's pretty open. But we saw Origin try and fail to take C. They're surely not going to try it again with the light tank, because if he gets spotted, he's probably dead. But it looks like Joker's actually going ballsy here. They're going to try to grab B with Reaction, and he's going to step off after Whiskey Tango getting lit there. Does he try it again anyway? Call Me Daddy might go for blind shot. I think he's looking in the right spot for blind shot, potentially. No, he's not good as gun down. Origin is going to try for C again. Interesting. Reaction got off B for Joker. Rob's on the base. Now he's lit, but High's not lit, so they are going to be able to get this base. They try to reset Rob. They don't even get the reset on Rob. But he puts the shots in. Does Reaction get his base? They're blind firing. They don't see it. So Joker actually do sneak it with Reaction. Very nicely done. I do have to say, I thought it was pretty smart for Origin to have like Rob double cap, because he got lit, so they didn't even think that High was on the base as well. For Tonighty taking more damage. And at this point, the caps are getting dangerous for Origin. They thought maybe they could sneak the base C and put Joker on the back foot, but hasn't happened yet. High trying to blind fire Steel, just barely missing that one. That was nice. They've got good intuition for their shots. They're just not quite doing damage here. But Rob looking like he's going to drive under. Origin's going to step on B maybe after those tanks make it through. Joker's starting to get their defense set up. Yarrow finds Korra. 45 seconds left on the clock here, guys. And if Origin steps on B, which looks like, actually, no, Rob's not going to go under. He's just going to go for stepping on B. Joker's going to have to make some sort of play because them stepping on that base will actually give them the cap lead. And it looks like Joker's going to try to kill Korra here. Or High. There's Korra. He's found. Base B is being grabbed, but is it enough? That's the question. Try to see if we can get it all on the screen here. Actually, Krish goes down. 955 for Origin. Playmaker gets picked off. Reaction gets his kill. 961 now for Joker. So 2 tanks go down for Origin. Can I get another kill over here? Kakalupi trying to hang on. Whiskey's going to step on B, but Rob gets off, so the base progress not very good. And as time runs out... Oh, actually, I only made the score 6-10. I was trying to do a 6-9 joke. I screwed that up, guys. Oopsie. But Joker gets the win. On time. I thought things were looking really bad there for Krish dying. Thought maybe that would turn things the other way, but Joker ended up getting the kill. 670. That was it was a 1. But yeah, I messed that up. I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, nice game from Steel. 3k in the Ho-Ri. The fact that there wasn't that much damage even dealt this game until the very end. That's a really good game from Steel. Why are you stealing? I like how you censored his name, Chris, yeah. Me when I lie on the internet instead of taking a few seconds just to verify that what I'm saying is accurate. Actual drama baiting mongoloid, dude. Alright. Round 2. We've got Origin taking the southwest spawn this time. They are keeping the same lineup. 5 F3s, 1 light, 1 E6, but Joker, they're switching things up a bit. In addition to their double lights, they're taking triple meds. It's 250Ms, which is a pretty common tank. Less common is the 402. I know Steel loves that tank. Whenever I played with Steel, I guess with Steel, but with Joker in the past, Steel really likes that tank. I think when I played in the arena competition in May, I don't remember if Steel was running 422 then. If we had a couple of those maybe on Desert Sands, I don't remember if that ended up getting streamed or anything, but we did have a couple of strats where we ran 422s. It's a good tank. It's not as good now, I would say, since we're not seeing as much MLEs. It's very good at farming the side of MLEs. They're big, juicy, easy to pen in the side, and reactive doesn't do anything against it, so it's really good. But we're really not seeing those tanks, so it's a little bit harder to hit the shots because the targets aren't just so big and juicy like they were with the previous meta. I shouldn't say previous meta because it's similar meta and the tank still gets used. It's just we haven't seen like a full rebalance yet, which is when I usually say the meta is like completely different. But really it's not right now, since it was just the addition of a couple new balancing changes on a specific tank. Anyway, where are the teams going here? Looks like Joker is pushing hard into D, with the exception of Reaction. Chris shaking around. Does he get lit by Fortunati? He doesn't. Gets into the D base quickly. Origin's going here with all of their tanks, though. And no vision from Joker at the moment. They might be in a bit of a pickle here if Origin goes for this push. We'll see if Paffy can get those spots. He's lit. Yeah, there we go. He spots them. That's good. Good awareness for Joker to do that. He's going to keep peeking out here. Does he spot Rob and Whiskey, though? Rob and Whiskey end up getting through. Okay, no, they are spotted. Joker knows everyone's here. They have 5 tanks of their own, so it's not doing too bad, and Korra's getting hit pretty hard on that push. It's actually, no, it's 6 tanks from Joker. I didn't even see them all. Oh, it is 5. It is 5. Reaction just kind of floating over by himself, being a pain. But Origin actually stopping with high Fortunati and Call Me Daddy means that Joker has the mismatch in the corner. Paffy's going to drop down to cut things off even more. Yarrow is unfortunately pretty caught here. All those clips from Origin. For some reason, Rob not shooting Yarrow there. He could have got the kill, but he kept shooting Kami instead. He will fall. Wasn't too big of a deal because Yar does get killed by Playmaker, who again runs the one-shot 116 F3, which is a pretty unique thing, but he gets picked pretty quickly. Korra's still alive here. He's going to try to put his clip in before he falls because Paffy is coming around his rear. But we should see Whiskey go down in just a minute. Kami puts one in, as well as Cac. Steel's coming. And this should just be a Joker win as well here. I thought that Origin were going to send it with all of their tanks and they would just overwhelm. Or sorry, Origin would send all their tanks just overwhelm Joker. They didn't do that though. They stopped with a few. Kind of got a little distracted. And Fortunati's empty in the clip. He's not going to have much to put into Steel, who is just farming away now with that hash. High. He'll win his light tank 1v1, most likely. No, he doesn't even get to do that. Peeking just a little bit too far forward there. Paffy and a few other tanks were able to get shots into him. That's tough. I could have put 7 in there, but honestly, like, I don't have TikTok. I don't even understand that brain rot joke. I just, it's supposed to be 6-9, but I pressed the button too many times, then I didn't look. I was too busy focused on the game. Anyway, 3.1 from Krish, 3k from Steely, so the tank still did work. Even though, obviously, we don't see any MLEs, so the tank isn't, like, as good as it was. It is kind of funny that the tank being good kind of depends on the other tanks being used, but really, like, if you think about it, it makes sense, because it's a gun that uses hash, so if you don't have tanks that you can hash, then it really doesn't work well. Like, if mouses were meta, you just can't use the hash on a mouse, even if it's, like, the side. Maybe the rear, barely, but it wouldn't work. But we'll move on. Yukon is the next map. Joker's up 2-0. Will Origin be able to clean it up? They finally switched their lineup a little bit, but it is only one tank diff. T100 now in for that E6. And Joker, they're going back to the same lineup they had in game 1, just with the Super Conk. Oh, never mind, they only have one light, so forget what I said. But Hori, Light, and Skunk. Yukon asymmetrical. Korra and Origin are going to have Southeast. Avi and Joker with the Northwest spawn for game 3 here. LOL. Yeah, no, I messed it up. I choked. I've been pinged. Alright, let's introduce Yukon and get on to game number 3. I hope to see this as not a sweep, right? I know Joker's good, but I also know Korra is very good. And he's got a pretty solid roster, bringing in some EU players especially. So I know they're capable. They are missing one of their core 7, Bubba. I haven't seen... I don't know if he's actually been here, like, whenever I've streamed these guys. Maybe just too busy this season. I don't really know what's up there, but I'm not remembering him showing up in any of the games that I've seen Origin stream. We are seeing light tanks from Origin splitting. One will quick grab C, other one to D corner. Joker with one light, they're taking the A corner, but they're being a little bit more relaxed with most of the rest of their tanks. Origin will have the cap lead here. Triple cap, is it enough to catch up? I don't think it is. No, it is. Wait a second. Triple cap is enough to catch up. They're going to take it. Wow. Okay. I didn't think it would. I was wrong. So Joker cap lead. Pretty nice. Origin will step D, though. I don't think Joker's going to grab A in time. Because they're stepping on now, but it looks like Origin has a lot of tanks. No, they're driving around it. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. The light tank does get in, but it was just weird to see how all 4 Origin tanks specifically drove around the cap. Now, Krish is going to come out here to try to spot. He finds the tanks, but look at the positioning from Bob here. He's in a sneaky little one to try to defend here. But Joker, they have some defense set up, but 4 tanks from Origin going to cause pain to Krish. Yara's back there in the Hori, but they're just going to lose Krish instantly. No fear from Origin. And now Paffy's empty with his clip. Steely is about to empty out. Bob's reloading. Yara's going to have farms here if Origin decides to push this. They know Yara's there. In come Paffy and Steel. They're going to try to reload as much clip as they can. Kami's here as well, but Origin's just going to take this opportunity to grab the base. They're going to dominate on bases right now. Reaction kind of doing his own thing all the way over there. Yeah, if I'm Origin, I harass the TD, yeah? I think Call Me Daddy should do that. Because Joker's going to counter push into Rob, Whiskey. Maybe Origin realizing that harassing the TD won't do anything here. Paffy, Steely both go down 5v4. Now in come the lights. Fortunati, though, he's going to get clipped out by Kami in reaction. So it's even right now, 4 tanks to 4, but now we are seeing the lights on the Hori. They took their time to do that. Trying to help out the main focus fire, but Hai also kind of putting himself in a position where Kami and Bob can shoot him. Kami's looking for it. Oh, he's just going to look for Korra here, fair enough. Origin realizing they get the kill, maybe they want to rotate around for reaction now. Hai's going for that, but reaction's already prepared for it, and now reaction should win that light sync 1v1. No, Call Me Daddy has a shot as well. If he can stay alive here for reaction, he doesn't. He gets picked off. That's a mistake from Hai there. Now they're down a tank. He didn't have to go down like that. Now Call Me Daddy's going to have to catch him. But Playmaker's in a bit of a 2v1 of his own. So it's the Europeans now from Origin trying to fight their way back against 3 NA Joker tanks. And Call Me Daddy going to try to focus down Kami as he's using a few tanks for cover. Playmaker's not going to have an easy shot. Bob is HP sharing as best he can. Can he put a shot into Call Me Daddy? He doesn't have the depression for it. So he's just going to HP share here. See if Kami can put one more shot into the light tank before falling. He does get it. Reaction's here as well, trying to help out against Playmaker, who activates his reactive finally. Playmaker looking for the kill in reaction, isn't going to find it. But Call Me Daddy does pick up Kami. And he's going to push in here. He has the HP between these two tanks, and Origin are looking good here. And are we going to see them 2v3? Bob not able to get the kill here. He didn't have the clip for it. So Bob's just going to try to run from Playmaker. Reaction coming in. What play is he making? And Krim gets the kill. And are we seeing the 2v3 from Origin? Where's Playmaker looking? Playmaker's looking to the right, thinking reaction might come from there. He is. Does he get the kill? He misses the shot. Playmaker gets it, and we do see the 2v3 from the Origin Europeans. Man, this is making NA look bad, huh? The 2v3. They take it. On EU ping as well. Man. It's looking shambles for the NA-EU debate at the moment, guys. Nice. Alright. Nice 4.5k game from Playmaker. Bob had a nice game of his own, but in the end, Joker didn't have enough shots in the clip to deal with the single shot tanks from Origin. And there we go. A nice game 3. Origin are on the board. It's not a sweep. I'm happy. That would have been boring. It's supposed to be 2 Battle Pass giveaways to have 2 winners each. Is that how I set it up? Oh, there are 2. One of them was bugging. I'm going to delete one. Yeah, I'll delete the 1 out of 4 one. Give me a sec. Yeah, I deleted it. Sorry about that, guys. There's a bit of confusion. My fault. So, when I had sent them out, one of them didn't actually work. So I redid it, and then it looks like the original one did work, but it was because I named it poorly. I named it 1 out of 4, and so it got confused. But we're good with the giveaways, guys. If you want to win a Battle Pass or fan containers, join the Discord. 20 seconds until game 4. 2 lights from Joker now, 1 from Origin. They're going back to the game 1 and 2 loadout for Origin. Joker bring in an MLE and get rid of the TD. It didn't work poorly for them last game, I'd say. Like they got damage for it. But ultimately, the lights were just able to harass it in the end game. Yeah, for those of you guys who are just tuning in, I said that there was an announcement that I was going to make for the stream regarding Top 4. The announcement is that all of Top 4 will be on my channel. Wargaming's not doing an official broadcast for Top 4. I guess I don't know if they're doing one for EU. Maybe they just do one for EU and they just skip the smaller regions. But as far as I'm aware, for all of the regions, that's how it's going to go. But I don't know 100%. But at least for Top 4 on NA, Grand Finals, all that stuff will be on my stream, not in the official broadcast. Reaction early spotting Fortunati there, stepping into B. But cap lead will go to Joker. High taking the D corner for Origin. Joker's sweeping in with a few of their own tanks. They find some tanks. Paffy might be overextended here. Does Origin go for the push? They find Korra, Whiskey, and I'll get lit here. And they're just going to push straight for Paffy. Yarrow's got a hull down position, but High in the T100 can harass. Bounces the shot. Is Paffy safe here? Don't think so. And looks like Origin is going to push over with Rob. Bounces the shot. So a few bounces from Origin at the moment. I wouldn't say Paffy's straight up safe. If Origin decides to push, they can. But they're actually going to give Joker an opportunity to counter push through B. Krish is going to take the base with his T100. Bob going to help out in the MLE. That will prompt Origin to shove Paffy, though. And both teams are bleeding for it, but it looks like Joker maybe wants to take out the tanks in the back. No, Reaction and Kami are just going to come in here and try to shoot the fish in the barrel. Hai's trying to go for Yarrow, but Yarrow preventing him from leaving. I like the body blocks here that he's doing. Maybe we can click up in here. Yeah. Hai trying to get around, not able to do it. Steely, not going to worry about putting shots in, though, as Rob is kind of cutting him off. But Yarrow putting in that damage. Nice HE shot, 553. Rob's trying to help. He gets picked off, and there does Hai as well. They're able to defend briefly. Yarrow will put one more shot in before falling. But it's a 5v4 at the moment with those two quick kills. Origin are tank up. They have the HP. They don't have the caps. This is not going to go down to caps, but Playmaker looking like he might fall. Joker has to be careful of their lights, though. They just took a lot of damage. And Call Me Daddy in the E6, that super mobile tank, he's going to be able to hunt those lights down no problem. Missing the kill in reaction, but he will have Krish here in just a moment, who doesn't seem to be paying attention to that. Maybe he just wants to see if he can kite around the rock here. But if Fortunati has a shot in the T100, that could be pretty good. Is he looking for it? I think he's looking for it. He gets it. Down goes Krish. He lit him on fire, dang. That did buy enough time for Reaction to get away, though, so he is safe. But Origin are looking much better in the end game here. Bob getting hit hard. Whiskey will be able to put in a full clip. Call Me Daddy with the farm. They lose a tank of their own, so briefly 3v3, but Steely's a one-tap now. Reaction's been a one-tap, and Krim can just hunt him down. Down goes Steel. And do we see it die for time statement? Probably not. Unfortunately, Nemo is not here with us today. Ben, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Welcome to the stream. Reaction blind. He fires there. Let me daddy with the miss. You got lit for that. Origin are just going to quickly stop the bases here. Daddy, he'll step B, or does he just drive through and hunt for the kill here? He's just going to stop the base, assuming that Reaction's probably going around him, which he would be correct in making that guess. Good awareness. Does he get lit, though? I don't know if he's close enough. Yeah, he gets lit. Misses the shot. And Reaction's just going to sit still. Yeah, I gave it a try, but I have no bases. And there we go. Origin do tie it up. 2-2. They do seem to have the better hold of the Yukon map. And their push in through D, I think Paffy just, yeah, overextending there. They didn't have enough info to make the play that they did. And also Origin did a good job of hitting the light sinks in the end game as well. Because if they had more HP, that would have been a little difficult for them to deal with. E6 especially, just being fast enough to just hunt those tanks down. Really good stuff. Good tank pick. What's up, Sneaky? Welcome to the stream. Howdy, howdy. Move on to Nube now. It's 5 and 6. So you last quarter college? Yes, yes, sir. Life is good, but good busy. That's how it is. Busy, busy. What's up, Mizu? Oh, we're seeing it, guys. The full Chinese loadout from Origin. Although one of them is not like the others. Krim's rocking the 113. Not sure if he has... Maybe he doesn't have the F3 on this account. I'm going to quickly check, actually. Oh, let's see if I go back to this. Do we see the F3? He doesn't have it, so that's why they're not running 7. They would maybe run 7 if they had the tank. I don't know. 113's usable though, so I'm not saying like, oh, it's a second-rate pick, because they probably have a strat for it, but it's just funny. Type 5's coming out for Joker though. We saw them run one against Apex. Actually, it was 2 against Apex on this map. They seem to like it. I know EU hasn't really been running them. From what Zerd told me a few days ago, though. I didn't see today's game, so I don't know. Maybe today things changed. I just hadn't watched. But Kronvon and MLE coming out for Joker as well. They've got a lot of tanks. Big assortment here. Origin are keeping it very simple. Introduce our map and get going. These best of 5. All of top 8 is best of 7 in terms of the round robin. I guess I'm not sure how the double elimination is going to go. Sorry, I'm being pinged on Discord. Alright. It's all tied up, guys. Maybe we'll see the game 7. These guys are usually pretty evenly matched. Reaction, the only light tank in the game, gonna go for some early spots down low. Finds Rob, finds Cora. You're just gonna run without shooting. Probably smart. Don't need to get yourself spotted. Joker will take the cap lead, grabbing B with the 2 and 5B. Origin's playing pretty passive. I mean, they have a couple tanks on their ramps, but everyone else, they're all pretty grouped up. More to defend B than anything. But Joker not quite extending that far. Actually pretty boxed up, all things considered. But Origin hasn't really taken the map to have advantage of that yet. Curious how the Type 5 gets used. At the moment, it's just shooting in the middle here. Maybe a bit of a reactionary play for if Origin decides to drive up the ramps with any tanks for a counter push. The Type 5 is there to harass. Tommy and Fortunati make a little bit of contact over in the BC area. So both teams know that there's a little bit of presence on that side. CAC does trade with Cora. The thing about the Type is you're always dealing some sort of damage, right? You can just switch to HE and still do a couple hundred. Is exactly what CAC did to Cora. Peffy, Rob blind firing at each other, no damage dealt. But Bob down low in the MLE now does get some info for Joker. Cora down low, actually, he didn't drive up the ramp, he went around it. Bob will step the base, though. Does he have it, is the question. Origin doesn't really have the ability to make a clear play on him. But it looks like what they want to do is counter push into C, where they find both Yarrow and Kami. 3 tanks versus 2. If Steely gets the cross mapper, and if Fortunati pushes this, he could get hit hard by CAC. In the Type 5. He is spotted, though, so Origin's aware of this. But now Joker are making their counter push. Call Me Daddy gonna help out. 3v3 over on the A side as well. At the moment, guys, it's 2 bases for Joker and none for Origin, so they have to stop the caps a little bit, although it may not go down to that if the brawl is tight here. Whiskey's gonna be the clear pickup for Joker. Steel's gonna go in for that. Aiming his shots in. Steely just missed 2 shots? Unfortunately, they don't get the kill because of those 2 misses from Steel. Not typically common to see. Yarrow ends up picking it up. Other side of that, 3v3, things are just fine for Joker, actually. They're going to bail High and Rob, try to help out with the main brawl here. And lots of bounces here from Joker. Playmaker is taking good hits here and able to kill Yarrow. Origin's got a really good counter push. They have a big tank advantage. And the weak thing about the Type, unfortunately, is in a brawling scenario, you've got no DPM to work with. You hit hard, but your DPM is not there. Origin making quick work of this side of the map. After losing Whiskey quickly, they got quick kills on Steel, Yarrow, and Kami. Joker did clean up on the A side, but their tanks are not going to be there in time to save the Type 5 Heavy from falling. Kak does put one last shot in. I didn't see if it actually penned or not. The pen of this tank isn't great. It's premium round, is just AP that has less pen than standard and a little bit more alpha, kind of like the SU-100Y. There's a couple tanks that have that. I don't remember all of them off the top of my head. There's one of the SUs have that. But at the moment, 4v3, Origin are winning. And so they're going from 0-2 down to potentially 3-2. Bob trying to sneak a shot in, but he trades for it, activates his reactive. Rob and Kami Daddy should just be able to get the kill on Paffy here, though. Playmaker coming in from behind. Yeah, he's cooked. And Origin are playing really nicely in the late game here. Obviously, they had the advantage going into it, but still. And yeah, we should see Origin take the lead here. We're actually going to try to see what he can do to help out, but really I just think he's trying to go in and get into the next one. Who knows? Maybe they're buying time just so that they can think about what they want to do for Game 6. But right now Reaction's just driving around like it's a training room, just enjoying himself. Makes contact. Mommy Daddy's there to stop the A base, because Joker does have the cap lead, but it's not going to happen in just a second. Reaction's just going to drive on in. He wants to see if he can get the kill on Krim here, but nope. Goes down. And that is an Origin win, 3 in a row. And now all of a sudden, Joker's on the back foot. Very nice. And 4K from Playmaker. 3.7 from Call Me Daddy. Europeans are putting in work here. And as we move to Game 6, looks like the light tanks are going away entirely for both teams. I like this song. This is a good song, although it's not really lo-fi. It kind of is. I dig it. Anyway, 113 now coming up for Joker. They're like, oh, if Origin's running one, we have to run one now. But they keep the MLE. They also bring out a skunk. And again, no light tank. Really quickly check the stream health. Looks like things are good. Haven't dropped any frames. Good. "30 seconds left till Game 6 starts." He got tracked in his first shot now. Yeah. That'll do it. He died pretty quickly. Wasn't able to get the kill on Whiskey very fast. But here we go. Game 6, new bag. I'm wondering if Joker's realizing, okay, maybe the type isn't as good as I thought. Like, I guess it's solid when you're holding a push and you can just kite with it. Like we saw, Apex was trying to push into the double types and they just kind of nuked anything that looked. But in that scenario where they're trying to brawl with Origin, it just didn't work too well. I didn't see how much damage he did, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, 116 F3s for Origin. They like the tank. They do. Oh, is Joker going for a beat grab, or are they just playing defensive, kind of how Origin did last game? Looks like they want to grab. No, they don't. I thought maybe Paffy would drive through the fence and go in, but now they're chilling. Origin will take the base lead. They bring lots of tanks over to this side of the map. Yara's taking some hits. Super Conquer pretty HE-able. I believe that is what Fortunati was doing. So they get C. Joker stat B, but now A is going into Origin's control. And they're going to have a cap lead. No, they're just going to drive right through. Interesting. Steely taking some damage, that's why. Okay. Positioning from Rob. Able to put a full one into Steel. Call Me Daddy, Playmaker are trying to sneak some shots, and they don't get anything. And Steely, he's held down in a position. Does he have the gun oppression to shoot Cora? Doesn't have the timing to do it. Bob and Paffy gonna drive in through B. Or Origin pushing into Joker well enough to get any kills here. Looks like Steel is what they're going to try to kill. Fortunately, missing that one. He put one in already. Paffy's going to try to take that from him. Playmaker, call me Dad. You're going to be able to 2v1 Bob, who's fully alone. Gives Joker the tank lead over on this side, though. They may be able to clean up the main fight. HP is pretty even at the moment. Hard to see everything going on. Obviously, Joker's got a lot of tanks in the area, but they're able to kill Fortnite pretty quick. And they'll have enough shells left in the clip to kill Korra as well. Between Kak and Yarrow, they'll have that. Down goes Whiskey. And I do like how Origin only leave one tank here to fight Bob, but they still take a little bit too long there with the 2 and 5B. And Joker have a 3 tank lead and a 3,000 HP lead. Call me Daddy does find Paffy here, but 1v1s are not going to be enough to win this fight. They need to have some really good focus fire, but unfortunately it seems that Joker's having better focus fire right now. Playmaker will fall momentarily. Hai's just trying to block as best as he can into Yarrow, but Kak's got a few shots in. Paffy does kill the 2 and 5B, and we will see a Game 6 Joker win. Bringing it to tiebreaker. As soon as Playmaker falls, there we go. Y'all. Tiebreaker in top 8. That's what I like to see. Origin Joker going at it. These guys avoid each other all season long. Avoid scrimming each other. Avoid giving up any information that they know about the other team. Any interactions at all. And so this is the first time they've played, as far as I'm aware, since last season. And if you count all of the arena competitions, which I really don't because they're not the actual comp teams playing. But guys, we're here. Game 7 winner now. Let's get it. All comes down to this one. Winner of this is basically guaranteed into top 4 directly. I would say if Origin loses this, they're gonna have to beat Oblivion to make it, I believe. Although that depends on how Oblivion's doing in their set right now. It's probably ended already, but it's fine. If Joker loses, I don't remember if they already fought Oblivion or not. If they need to take that head-to-head, I don't know. I think they already fought. But I don't remember 100%. It looks like the Type 5s are coming back for Joker. They believe in the tank. Makes me a little nervous. I didn't actually check that one game to see how well Kak did in his. We're getting an offer. It was this one. Kak and the Type... I think 2K... I don't know. But maybe it's strat related. But it's definitely a better tank at holding than it is at pushing. Having 2 of them, though, is a pretty big fear factor. You double tap anything that pushes you for 1400. That's a pretty big hit. Guys, Game 7 Wintermill. What's up, Akame? How you doing, man? Getting someone's email. Whoa, slow down, Mizu. Slow down. That's a little bit too forward for this chat, okay? A little bit too forward, too explicit. Alright. Here we are, guys. 6 F3s again for Origin. In an E6. Reaction only light. Gonna get info. Joker missing the shot on Whiskey. They find Korra as well. Reaction gets lit. Peeking out of that bush just a little bit. Does Origin have a punish? Rob's going to try to drive in for some shots. He's lit. Oh, Fortnite's lit. There we go. Shots are going in. Miss from Rob, though. Kami driving in the IS-7. I didn't even notice there was an IS-7 in here. Taking a position to kind of counter Korra and Whiskey a little bit. He's pretty held down. Maybe has shots on Rob and Fort as well. What are the double Type 5s doing? Their B defense. They're lit now. But Joker's going all the way back with Yarrow. Reaction. Maybe able to deal with Call Me Daddy, but he hasn't been lit yet, has he? He's kind of hiding. He's got the rear of Kakaloopy, so now the light tank coming in here. Going to be a little bit of harassment. Maybe just going to play around here just to harass him and prevent him from doing anything. I like the idea. But look at Kami here. Kami's getting clipped out. Did Joker overextend? They find Rob. Rob's getting hit hard, but Kami basically went down for free there. And Steely's being farmed by Call Me Daddy, it looks like, despite Reaction being a bit of a roach. And Yarrow going out there to 2v1 him. That's basically an entire tank going away from Joker. And so Origin will have the tank advantage in this main brawl. They should kill Paffy pretty quick. Whiskey's going to go for it. He gets it. 3k HP advantage. And Reaction might go down to Call Me Daddy here in just a minute. Yarrow's going to help out, but that's like a full HP 2 and 5. Be basically doing nothing. And Krim just distracting 2 tanks really allowed Origin to win the main brawl. And Origin actually are going to be the team to win it here. Double type 5 didn't quite work out, and all of a sudden it's just Bob and the Ho-Ri. And Yarrow, who's been getting kited this entire time, finally gets the kill on Krim, but the fact that Krim was alive for 2.5 minutes with 2 tanks on him, I mean, they weren't on the entire time, but really it was just a pure distraction. Complete waste of a light tank and a full health 2 and 5B. And Origin are soon going to be the winners of the round robin set. Playing that game extremely well. Frankly, I don't know what Joker were cooking with the double type 5, what they expected Origin to play. But also driving in that IS-7, the fact that they did that after both of the Origin F3s were lit, I don't know what the plan was. I'm curious to know. But whatever it was, it didn't work. Origin win it 4-3. And they're pretty safe now, I would say. I don't want to say I was hoping they would lose, but it certainly would have been more interesting if Origin lost, because then their set against Oblivion would matter a lot more for making it into direct top 4. That being said, if Oblivion wins, there's like a 3-way tie, I believe, in terms of all these teams fighting each other. Origin, Joker, and Oblivion. So maybe that could make things interesting in that way. I'm not sure. But it was a good set. GG's to Origin. Congrats on the win. I'm going to go ahead and refresh the website now. All the other sets should be done. This was a longer one. Yeah, I've got a ton of Discord DMs. What is going on? Okay, I'll deal with that later. It's recruitment related. Alright. Alright. Okay, how's the website doing? Still loading? I'll show it anyway while it's loading. There we go. Just loaded. Okay, all the sets are done. So if we scroll down, Reggie over NA. I didn't make my predictions, guys. I'm sorry. I probably would have guessed NA here, though. I'm going to be honest. Reggie over NA. Apex over Lev. Would have guessed. Origin over Joker. Would not have guessed. And Oblivion over Evany would have guessed. So if I made my guesses, I would have gone 2 for 4. Would have gone 50%. I mean, obviously, right now I'm saying things after the fact, but like being honest with you, NA's had such a good season, I would have put them over Reggie. But Reggie showing up, y'all. Good for them. And so if we look at the sets now, 11, 0 and 5, that's tough. 2 teams are 1 and 4, NA and Evany. Reggie only team with 2, Apex only team with 3, and Oblivion, Joker now both have 4. They did play on the first day. Did we watch this set? Am I just like stupid? No, we watched NA Evany. But Joker, oh yeah, so they went to tiebreaker. So I think now the situation is if Oblivion beats Joker here, or Oblivion beats Origin here, which we're about to see, that would be a 3-way tie. And then it would all come down to the last day. Apex would have a chance to upset Origin. Joker versus NA, predictable. Reggie Oblivion, again, I think this will be interesting as well. So I think we've got a good list of sets to watch here, y'all, to finish things out. It's making things pretty interesting. Rip my points. Rip Breeze. Lots of Fs. EU players caring for real. Yeah, they did a really good job today, man. The NA versus EU debate is in shambles right now. But it was a good set. I enjoyed it a lot. GG's. We've got a little less than 20 minutes to kill. Takefusa, I don't know if you're here or not, man. If you are here, I owe you a type 5 heavy platoon. If not, I am just going to run it in 10v10s, I guess. I'm going to be honest, I have not been doing too well today in the tank. Not necessarily due to me playing bad, but teams were kind of rough. We had, so you can kind of see a little string of defeats here. We brought it back in the end. All of the type 5 heavy games were ours, but I had a bit of a rough streak before that. But like, was having good high damage games mostly. I mean, this one was bad. I think this Himmelsdorf game, I think I went medium side and I just couldn't catch the rest of the team. But the tank's good. I like it. I think it's pretty fun. The gun handling isn't, like, it's not good obviously, but it's workable. I'm not missing stuff that I expect to hit, I would say. Like, I'm hitting what I expect to hit. I don't know if I said hi, by the way, gentlemen. Hello, gentlemen. Obviously it's really slow, so it can be hard to get to the fight sometimes. I like going medium side on occasion just because like the mediums really can't deal with this tank very well. And you get a nice free HE sometimes, and it's really good, but I mean, sometimes you just don't get to the fight in time and it's just over. Sup, Gustavo? Welcome to the stream. By the way, guys, if you are new, just joining for the first time, I am giving away some battle passes and containers in the Discord. So if you want a battle pass either for the month of September or October, or if you want 4 fan containers, you'll have a chance to win them by going to the giveaway channel in my Discord and clicking on the Dino messages. And those will be given away in about 2 hours or so. This is about when they'll be run, so make sure to go ahead and join them. So here, I didn't fully expect to hit that. It looks like it hit anyway, didn't quite pen, but it's fine. 410, is that the Kron? They have 2 Krons, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna drop like this. Probably not the right play, but it's fine. And I wasn't looking just there. But it's all good. Draconics is staring at me. Oh, that shot just whiffed. Fair enough. Am I just going to do 0 now? Probably. My team is all over there. Not really caring about A corner, it appears. And yeah, I just don't have the pen to lower my gun for that. This is not the best play. These guys, they just want to snipe. It's all fine. I didn't expect that to bounce. I did shoot premium AP, but I thought it would go in. It looked very gray. I should have killed this guy with this shot anyway, so I really should have just shot regular AP both shells. There's no way I'm rolling low enough to miss that twice, right? It's whatever. Damn, this guy should be dead. Why are you telling me to attack, sir? Oh, that's why. Rip. Yeah, I made a bad decision there. 752 and 60 TB. Took a little bit of time. I thought I had more heavies. Thought I had more heavies. Well, let's play Hori now. We'll just play Japanese tanks today. Your NA isn't surprising. I still would have picked NA. I mean, both teams have had their fair share of good performances this season. I would have picked NA because they've had more of them. Maybe not more of them at this point, I guess. You know, 2 types on the team. They have 1. I guess at this point they've had the same amount of good performance. I still probably would have guessed NA. But I guess Reggie's good performance have been later on in the season, where teams are starting to get more familiar with the play and the meta, whereas a lot of NA's stuff was earlier on in the season. Maybe when teams weren't fully prepared. Who spotted me? I don't know who spotted me. Rejects lost every game I played in Challengers. Yeah, Rejects was a fraud. I don't know if I'm still lit here. I'm like a little nervous if I am. I don't think I am. I wasn't. Now I am. Not sure if I have anything here. I did. Why is this leopard playing right here? Yeah. I think I'm still lit. I think I am. Yeah. This guy's staring. Oh, he hit that. I'm impressed. I thought I got around the rock. I guess I didn't. Dang. I double tapped. So they're just straight up winning this side of the map. How are we doing on the other side at least? We're doing fine. Maybe I should start backing out. Yeah, I mean, I'm the only tank here. See if I can just put that in. I think I'm going to go down either way. I'll just try to put what I can into the opponents. I missed his... Not his full clip, but he missed a couple shots from his clip. Ooh, didn't expect that to bounce. Unlucky. Get around this rock. Okay, I'm too tall for this spot. That was good. I'll take it. I did my job. I did as much as I could have done on this side. Take it. Maybe made up for that terrible canal play. I thought I had more support when I did that. I was type 5 masteries in Blitz. Do I? I don't think I do. There's no way. I played the tank during testing, and in testing it's a lot easier to get masteries, but like I know someone who's played hundreds of games in the type 5 during testing. He's in the chat actually, he's in the YouTube chat. He has no life. Trolling. Okay, do I just go med side for the lols? They have an extra medium. I'd like to win that side of the map. We'll do it, guys. If we get no damage because we just can't catch them, fair enough. Also, next set begins in 10 minutes, so I'll be getting my invite in 5, so this will be my last game. Takefusa never showed up today, which is all good, no worries, but means I won't be able to get the platoon in with him on stream. I was trying to give it to my type 5 crate donors. I wanted to see if he could just completely wreck his game early game. Man, a 183 there, huh? Let's just deal with these guys. Although, honestly, we would have won this side without me. I haven't done anything. We have done nothing on the side. We put in 1 kill shot. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes when you play med side in a tank that goes less than 20. Never mind, I'm going more than 20. Guys, I'm going 26. We're balling. Dude, 800 with gold. So nice. 5.7k Hori in the 10v10. Nice, dude. I think I had a 7k loss yesterday and a 6.8k loss. 5.7 in the Hori though. That's a good tank. I wouldn't even say surprisingly fun. It's just fun. Like, it's a good tank right now. Like, there's a reason we're seeing it as the comp TD of choice. I'm impressed that the BZ penned me. That tank struggles against this thing, and he's got the big gun too. So he doesn't even have gold. Well played, bud. Let's help. I don't have any help for you. Yeah, there you go. We're chilling. Why is this guy looking at me now? Don't you have 3 tanks behind you? Fair enough, buddy. You do you. All good. Alright, yeah, we gotta get out of here. We're getting our invite in 2 minutes. I thought I could catch this guy, but this 4k5 just about to take all of that HP away. Man. No, maybe we can actually. Hold up. Let's go. I made the right call. Hundreds of games in Type 5, you say. It's exactly who I was talking about. Throw an insult on the ground and the owner will come to pick it up. How's it going? Alright, we're getting an invite in just a minute here, so we'll just go to this chatting. Actually, I'm gonna go to BRB because I need water. I'm realizing now that I didn't even pour myself a glass of water for this stream, and my voice just like, I started feeling it this past game. 8.8, we'll take it. Nice, nice. Remember to switch back to a light tank for comp though, so we'll do that. And step away. We got Oblivion Origin next. We're back. And I did get my invite. Cool. Origin Oblivion. Boom, got it all set up. I love me a good glass of ice water, man. Alright, dealing with some Discord messages to the mobs. And we're good. I guess again, really quickly, just to show the sets that are about to happen. You've got NA11 going on, Reggie Joker, Apex Evany, and Origin Oblivion. So at the moment, my prediction I have to predict. I'm going to go with NA, I'm going to go with Joker, I'm going to go with Apex. I'm going to go... Origin played well today. I have to go with Origin. I like picking upsets sometimes, but like I was thinking, you know, it'd be interesting to pick Oblivion here, but the way Origin just played, they're playing well. They're playing very well. I like Hori for ratings. Busto gives you a good excuse to camp. There you go. It's a solid tank, man. Alright. Really quickly, I'm going to go over the roster for Oblivion. We already saw Origin's roster, but Oblivion, we've got Ranger as the captain. Used to be Ghost all the way near the bottom, but he's been busy. I don't know if he's been able to play recently, just IRL stuff, which is fair. Wish him the best. But we've got N13. ZZ is Dizzy. Bablo, that's Mista. Apparently he changed his username, but it's not showing for me for some reason. I don't know what's up with that, but okay. Gentleman, Kame, Steve, Rax, Ghost, and Ryukasu is Mux. And in terms of maps, we are on Desert Sands, Lagoon, Normandy, and tiebreaker on Rockfield. I like how a lot of the tiebreakers have been on pretty symmetrical maps, all things considered. Like pretty much all of these maps have been symmetrical. Alpenstadt, yeah, these have not Castilla, but we'll get that. Okay, let's go ahead and get in the training room. Got the logos correct, very good. Mista, if you're watching, I don't know if you were being serious about that logo in the official server being the real thing. I thought maybe y'all were trolling. If that's actually the logo you want, okay, no, I'm seeing in the channel now. Use the while I don't draw the real one. So he's drawing a real one. Okay, so this is not the real one. Good to know. Alright. So I thought maybe it's like, oh, I wasn't sure if it was real or not, if they're just memeing. Because I do have a few teams that actually submitted like very meme-looking logos that they've asked me to actually use in the past. So, I don't know. But it's all good. Got 40 seconds left until the first game. Now, before I showed the training room, Origin was rated up with 6-1-16s and stuff. I thought they were going to do it again, but not this time. They're going full med side here with 4 50Ms, 2 E6s, and an F3. At this point, that's kind of what the meta has devolved into typically, is just push med side with a bunch of mediums. It's been like that for a few months now. Oblivion's doing the same thing, they just have an extra F3, but they've got patents in. These tanks also do have... Oh, I need to pull up the map intro, sorry. Those tanks do also have reactive similar to the 50M, so it can get used there if you want the extra gun depression and don't necessarily care about the greater armor that the tank has overall, the 50M having overall. So that's really the difference in when you would pick the two tanks. It's just a matter of gun depression versus raw armor. Patton's not like a pushing monster like the 50M is. Patton, well, it will do well against a light tank. A 50M is a complete light tank bully, so... Here we are, guys. And as predicted, I mean, it's not really a crazy prediction to make at all. All you have to do is look at the lineups. It is just straight up med side fighting. Or Oblivion having the extra med, they'll try to take more aggressive positioning. He actually hit 1490 pretty hard, peeking there a little bit too far. Yeah, really good bleeds from Oblivion actually into Origin. Holy cow. Do I regret my prediction already? No, obviously it's just game one. Dizzy though, ZZ gonna try to use his reactive and back out entirely. Gentleman kind of getting in the way a little bit. Now Korra has a full clip on Ranger potentially. And he's gonna get pretty hard as well. And yeah, they get the quick kill. Poor Ranger getting hit pretty hard. HP is still pretty even, all things considered. The F3s from Oblivion are finally going to join the fight. They take a little bit of time to get there, but they're going to lose ZZ before they even get to have them join the fight as well. Maybe they'll get the kill on 1490 here. He's still backing up, and at the moment, Oblivion's just not focusing on getting kills at the moment. They're about to lose a third tank being Bablo. Focus fire from Origin is just much better right now, very clearly. It's just now their first tank goes down. 1490, who got bled out really early in the game, is still alive until now. Ryukasu's about to fall. This is a quick one, not even a 2-minute game here. And Orange just had the better focus fire. Despite taking those initial bleeds, didn't matter. They were able to cover the tanks that died. Or not that died, the tanks that got low. And when Oblivion pushed in, they didn't have as much cover to work with, couldn't keep them protected. And there we go. We do see Origin take game 1. And there we go. Not really a whole lot to comment on when it's just a straight up slugfest where all 7 tanks from both teams are in the same little sector of the map. But I had to point out the focus fire in Origin. That was really what won them the game there. Even though Oblivion had some really good shots in the opening. It was also really good to see how Origin, when they brought Korra through the middle, they had a different angle that Oblivion didn't have. Oblivion didn't really have the angle from the other side of the plane. So Korra got his full clip into Ranger pretty much for free, just in the side. Even though he was sitting up top on the plane, you can still get hit from the other side of the tank. Kind of peeks out a little bit. And also, the wing on the plane is a little bit off the ground, and you can shoot below it as well. So Korra just had that nice angle, which allowed them to get the first kill, and then it kind of snowballed from there. Will I have to be in a light tank? Yeah, for not messing with spawns. The funny thing is, Voller, it shouldn't work like that, but for some reason Wargaming coded the game so that the tanks of the spectators actually influence the spawns of everyone else. It's not supposed to be like that at all. Like, if you think about it really, like, a spectator should not have any sort of influence on the game at all, like any of the numbers, any of that sort of stuff. But they coded it so that the tank I use affects spawns. So to use the least influential tank on the spawns, you run a light tank. Because, like, let's say you're on, I don't know, Middleburg, for example, and I ready up in a heavy, and it means that one of the heavies that's supposed to be down low ends up spawning up top. It could really mess things up for the team. Whereas if I just run a light tank, and it happens to be maybe like a medium that's supposed to spawn up top goes down low, it's a lot less impactful because the tank's faster to get up there. So it's just a matter of having the least possible impact on the game because of how Wargaming messed up the coding. It's weird, but it's an interesting little quirk about the game. What's up, TGP? Was this TGP from Void? Welcome to the stream. If so. If not, then I don't know who you are, but welcome anyway. But hello. We've got more med fights. Oh, what a surprise. Now, Origin's doing the same thing, sending Core through the middle. I like it. Oblivion's going to send Steve there, so do they interact or they just fight and nothing ends up happening on this angle or what? I don't know. But looks like Origin, they're putting a more low-profile tank there in that position. The T-22. And he's actually, yeah, you can't really shoot him from that angle because of the way that he's holding the tank. And he's also not really tall enough to be shot over there either. So it's an interesting use of a different tank in this position. It doesn't quite have reactive armor, but it is still a good tank. Now, Korra and Steve are trading over there. Again, Fortunati taking those early hits. But this time, Origin is recognizing that they just have a huge tank advantage over in this side. It's 5 versus 3. Kami just getting to the fight now will make it a 5v4, but either way, Oblivion still has a big HP lead. Are they just going to counter push into Rob? Fortunati's been bled pretty hard. He's just going to leave. That removes the tank advantage that Origin had over here. Oblivion now coming in with the rest of theirs. They killed Korra as well. I think the patents might have helped Steve out with that. They killed Korra. They lose Bablo, so 6v6. HP is still in Oblivion's favor, though. They're going to lose Dizzy, but not before killing Rob. Oblivion's still pretty slow with those patents. As long as they get good damage in, then it's fine, I suppose. But Origin has good positioning, all things considered. Coming down above, they're going to try to deal with Ranger. They lose a Kame. So 4v5. Actually, Origin has the tank now. Fortunati's getting rushed down. He falls to Gentleman. Kami Daddy also getting hit pretty hard. Does he have the kill on Ranger, though? Misses it. Ranger doesn't have his own kill, though. Bubba's about to get it. Ranger misses that shot. So still take advantage of Oblivion, but if Gentleman can get in there, get the kill on Kami Daddy, that would help. But right now it's a 4v2. Oblivion had the advantage there, 5v5, tons of HP. They might have just thrown that away, though. Steven's got an empty clip. Gentleman's not really going to be able to do anything. He's got Playmaker on his rear the entire time. Maybe hunting Kami Daddy would have been good, but instead, going for shots here instead. And I like how Origin switched their focus to the medium, because that F3 with the Clipper is not going to have as much damage output. And Oblivion just threw away their lead there, guys. That's tough. Leaving Call Me Daddy alive to farm. And they had the HP in the 5v5 and the ability to get kills, but they didn't. And so that is another game for Origin. Oblivion had the HP lead for most of that game. And someone downvoted these guys. Oh, it's just a fire. Okay, so there's a little bit of trolling going on here, but it's whatever. But yeah, so Origin do sweep on Lagoon. Oblivion are making subs. And we saw a little bit of Type 5 heavy in there. Looks like we are keeping one. But lots of 116 after these guys. Both teams running 6. Interesting. Maynard Voller's logo has a pink unicorn driving a Type 5. That's pretty good. So no one streamed Reggie in top 8. I was gonna stream Reggie. Yeah, probably no one has. I was gonna stream Reggie last stream, but Evany told me they weren't gonna have 7, so I backed out of it. But we're gonna be streaming Reggie tomorrow, so we'll at least get to cover them then. I do like to cover every top 8 team at least once. So that'll be tomorrow for Reggie. But at this point, we've seen every other team. And Dondi, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. See you all the time in Chorus chat. Good to have you here. And yeah, 30 seconds left until game 3. I'm curious where Oblivion's going to put the Type 5 heavy. Usually, giant super heavies aren't something that we see on Lagoon. Like Mousy 100 VK, don't really see a whole lot of them here. But it'll be used in an interesting way. My guess is they'll put it somewhere in the middle of the map, because if they put it in one corner and the fight ends up happening on the other corner, it's just completely screwed. And not really going to really join the fight, so my guess is in the middle, but I don't know 100%. There's a Ranger he thinks he's him. RIP. Ranger is calling for Oblivion, I do believe. That's what I've been told. That is what I remember I've been told, at least. Maybe I'm losing my mind, but I'm pretty sure Ranger is calling for them right now. So, Origin pretty committed towards C corner. Where is the Type 5 going? Looks like C/mid. Can't tell which direction he's going to go yet, but not too surprised. If he turns right here, I will be surprised, but we'll see. Looks like... Oh, okay, so they're boosting. Maybe that's what the Type 5 is for this little boost ski. Okay, okay. It's the new heaviest tank in the game. They're going to try to push ammo racks up into Call Me Daddy. There's contact made, and there we go. Can they get a second up as well? Yeah, there's a Kame. Kame gets up as well. That tank is just heavy, man. Look at this. They get 3? They get 3 tanks up. Wow. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like the creativity from Oblivion. That's good. Korra's got farms on them, though. Korra putting all those shots in from the other side. He's going to want to get in here soon. Or maybe he just holds this position because he's got farms. I don't know. Big shot from range into Rob. Kame's getting hit pretty hard. Having the single shot F3 there is pretty nice for Origin. They can just keep putting shells in without having to worry about reloading a clip. And yeah, Korra might be able to have shots in as well. Don't know if there are any from this angle. No, not quite, but... ZZ Gentleman gonna hunt down Rob. Korra's gonna try to help out with that. But Oblivion do get the first kill into Call Me Daddy. Pablo pretty low though. Akame, of course, low as well. Playmaker's not looking at Akame. He might even be able to get the kill here. Misses that shot. Steve should have it. Steve doesn't take it. They lose Pablo though. Oblivion do have a big HP advantage in the end game here. Is Ranger getting a ram kill? Yes. Ranger with the ram kill in the Type 5. Beautiful. They finally do lose Akame. Origin do pick up that kill, but they do lose Playmaker. 5v3. If they can keep Rax alive. No, they can't quite keep Rax alive. The next focus fire target. I mean, I guess it's Korra. Just because he's ISO. Korra wasn't able to get the kill on Gentleman there. Steve will pick up Bubba. Type 5 Ranger. He's going to take a sweet time joining the fight here. Korra does get Gent. Okay, so it looks like Bubba did show up, by the way. I was commenting earlier on how I hadn't seen Bubba much, but there we go. Bubba's here. He's playing. But Core left in a 1v3. Oblivion are on the board here, guys. It's the Type 5 heavy. It worked. Wasn't for the reason I thought it would work, but I love the creativity here. Typically, the only tank you see being boosted up there is like a T100 can self-boost, but that's also pretty difficult to pick. Nice HE, 1158. Reactive armor is not going to stop an HE shell. We're trying to get the kill on Steve, not going to get it. ZZ putting his gun in the air. Dizzy getting his Korra revenge. I'm sure he's very happy with getting that kill. But there we go. Oblivion's on the board. Yeah, as I was saying, T100, very difficult but possible to get a self-boost up there. I mean, I'm guessing the Panzerwagon is the same, but I guess just what I mean is light tanks are really the only thing that get boosted there. So seeing them push 3 heavies up with the Type 5, I like the creativity. Thumbs up to them for that. Like an Oblivion, guys. This is nice. And for those of you who are new to the stream, this is their first season as a team, but pretty much all of these players are experienced in comp. I think out of all 10 of them, I think only Bablo doesn't have top 4 experience. So they're all very solid players. Several of them have wins. So, like Steve has wins, Dizzy has wins. Rax has a win on Melon, I believe, / Joker. Don't know if Kame has a win, if he was on the Origin team that won. Ranger has wins. And I don't remember everyone else on the roster. I have to have it in front of me if I want to look at the roster. Like, I would know all 10 players if I thought about it for a little bit. But like N13, yeah, he has wins on Origin. Or sorry, on Leverage. Ghost, he doesn't have any wins. In fact, I think this would be his first top 4 as well. And Rikasto has a win. I think he has a win with Origin. I don't always remember who was on the roster of the Origin teams that won. I never remembered that. Anyway, 30 seconds until game 4. Triple boost unexpected. Yeah, that was good. I liked it. S109 Apache. How are you able to spec like that? If you are on PC and you're in like a training room, or if you're spectating a tournament, like if you're set as a spectator, you can just press the C key on PC, and that switches you into free cam. But that's only if you are a spectator and you're on PC. If you're on mobile, you can't do free cam, unfortunately. And also, like, in terms of spectating random tournaments, you can't do that. Wargaming has to add you directly. So, like, I've been covering tournaments for, like, almost 5 years now. So, Wargaming just adds me as spectator. But, like, the average person can't just show up to a random tournament and free cam watch it, if that's what you were asking. So, I'm not sure which of those 2 questions was the one that you asked, but hopefully I answered it with one of those answers. Fortunetti, only light tank. He's going to spot Oblivion crossing towards A. Oblivion tried blind firing, but they didn't quite hit anything. Origin's pretty set up in the middle, or the only tank over there. They'll grab C with the light. Interesting to me that they're not having Hytronics play in the light tank. They have subbed him out. It is now Fortunetti, aka Lightronics. It makes sense, because he has more comp experience. But I do think Hytronics is one of the strongest mechanical players on NA right now, so it wouldn't surprise me to keep him in, but it looks like right now they're just going for experience fully. I know Archangel on Origin doesn't have top 4 experience. But here we go. Looks like Oblivion's just going to shove. Origin has a few tanks on C, Arc, and Playmaker. Do they have Crossfire? I don't know if they do. Maybe. They do, okay. But they are out of the fight, and it'll take them some time to get there, so Oblivion might just have a really good push here. That being said, Origin are rotating their tanks in. They'll have some support for Korra, but looks like Oblivion, they don't want to push through. They just want to keep tracking Korra. No, they are going to push through. Okay, they just wanted to wait until, I guess, Ranger takes the hits. But Oblivion have the tank up. Bubba and Rob will kite. Call me Daddy in the back with a Kron. And reload his shells. Now, Gentleman and Amorex, I'm surprised they're not continuing to push through, but I suppose they want to cover their rear a little bit here, prevent themselves from getting farmed out. So I like how they take Steve and put him in the front here. He was a full health tank. And Origin unloading their full clips into Steve. He was able to survive most of those clips. Ooh, Kami Daddy missing the kill there. That's tough for Origin. They're not looking too hot here. But what it meant is that they wouldn't be able to get the kill on Steve very easily. And Fortunati actually being chased away by Dizzy. Now Gentleman and Rax have a crossfire on Origin. They completely boxed them in like fish. And Bablo Akame, do they just kill Bubba here? Yeah, makes sense. Bubba's got an empty clip. He's not going to be able to put more into Akame. Akame's just going to reload an extra shell. They'll kill Bubba. And you're going to come in here for the light. Now, Origin... Ooh, I also like this play that Oblivion's doing. They split their tanks, so Rax goes to one side, Gentleman goes to the other. So Origin can't focus fire both of them like together, completely box them in. And Gent's actually going to have the kill on Kami Daddy. That's a really nice play from Oblivion. I really like that. Splitting Gent with ammo rocks. It's good. And they'll lose Rax here, obviously, but you want to keep the 2 and 5 be alive anyway. Here we go. Dizzy and Ranger will kill Lightronics, aka Fortunati, and now it's just a 5v1. Oblivion equalize here. Gentleman trying to sneak the HE into the rear deck of F3. Didn't quite hit it. It's all good. Win's a win. Batman's always in the farming tanks. He's very good at that. But yeah, Oblivion do tie it up with the better handling of the map Lagoon. We've got a good set on our hands, y'all. I thought Origin, they were playing so hot in the set against Joker that they just smashed right through, but no. They are meeting an immovable object in Oblivion. With a nice 4K from a Gentleman. And that means our next map in Normandy is up. The chat. Bringing back the boost strats. Yes, sir, Maynard. I love it. I love it. We're even going to give rewards for watching streams. Top 4 will be on the portals. Yes. So top 4 will be on the portals. But again, I made this announcement at the beginning of the stream. But unfortunately, Wargaming is not doing an official broadcast for Grand Finals like they usually do for Blitz Cups. This is a Blitz Cup season, obviously. It's called Blitz Diamond Cup. But the emphasis is on Cup, right? It's one of the big seasons, you know, the big fall seasons. But yeah, no official broadcast from Wargaming. It's all going to be on my channel. So I'll have top 4, I'll have top 3, I'll have Grand Finals. That's all going to be here on this channel. And again, pulling up the dates for that. What Tullian had mentioned was 19th and 20th. So there you go. Those will be on the channel. And maybe we'll see if I can cook up some like top 4 interviews or something on my own. I've never edited a video before though, so that might be difficult for me. I don't know, maybe we could have something live? I don't really know. I'm not sure. But I'll have a talk maybe with the captain, see if we can figure something out. I have contacts with pretty much all 4 teams that are expected to make top 4. If there's an upset, I'm sure I can make contact with the captains. But yeah, here we go with Normandy. We'll introduce that map. Have to be put in spectator. You can't freely spectate. Yeah, no, you're good, Apache. Welcome to stream, man. So I did answer your question. I just didn't answer the question that I thought I was answering. Yeah. So, yeah, you can't just randomly go up to a tournament and stream it. Wargaming has to add you in manually. Unless you're on the team. If you're on the team, and that's a different thing. But in top 8, you can't even spectate it, your own team, if you're not in the game. So, it's quirky. But it makes sense when you're familiar with it. Double lights, by the way, from Origin. We don't see any from Oblivion. Fortunati going for some quick spots. Lights the Quran. Tries a sneaking shot, doesn't connect, but doesn't get lit for it. But early cap lead for Origin. They're going to run away very quickly with the T100. A side, not a whole lot. Looks like Cora's trying to sneak through the beach. No, he's just here to detect any sneaky stuff from Oblivion. Although, really, it's not normal to run anything other than light/meds through the beach. So, the fact that Oblivion has a 7 heavy light up, you don't really expect to see anything from the beach. But speaking of beach, we're seeing a little bit of a boost ski going for Origin. This is actually self-boostable, but maybe High hasn't practiced it enough to be able to do it by himself. And so Fortunati give him that little push here. And so we are seeing a bit of a boost from Origin. It looks like you guys in the chat do enjoy those strats. So we're seeing another one here. This has been done before. I've seen it. It's pretty... I don't want to say it's common, but it's not uncommon. That other boost with the Type 5, that was something I had never seen teams do with heavies before. So new in that regard. Okay, Origin has the cap lead still, but Oblivion has taken some map with their F3s in the middle. Ranger's taking a hit while I was looking over there. But other than that, not much. Ooh, blind shot into Bablo. Nice one. Who is that? That was Playmaker in the Ho-Ri. Really good stuff. Good awareness. But Normandy is a map where things can usually be pretty chill. Having the cap lead is really nice because it's a lot easier on this map to defend a push than to make one. But Origin grabbing the A base might prompt something here from Oblivion. You see. But yeah, Core is an A, Fort's obviously down here as well as High. So yeah, all of the Oblivion tanks are starting to shove. Now, the spawn that Origin's in, South Spawn, is actually a lot easier to defend a push in the north because of the position that Bubba has. It's a lot better, and this side you have a lot more room to work with, but it looks like Oblivion finds the Ho-Ri and puts some really good shots in. Good to keep Playmaker. You want to make his gun a little bit less useful. And when you're in a half HP tank, you don't want to be peeking as much as if you're full HP and you have hits that you can take. But yeah, Bubba's in a good position to put damage in right now. He's hit Gentleman, taking a couple shots of his own though. Oblivion have taken C, but Quora has made his way into the fight. Fortunati trying to sneak around in the light tank. Bablo's there. They find each other. So maybe a little bit of a fight over there. The light tank distracting the heavy though. That is good info. High also getting away from his boosted position. Gonna have to make a play of his own. Maybe he'll help out Fortunati with Bablo. But Playmaker at the moment getting clipped out by Akame. That's a good kill from Oblivion. HP is very even right now. They lose Ranger, so 6 tanks to 6. Double lights are going to be on Bablo soon though, so Oblivion's going to need to clean up quickly over here. Whiskey's a 2-tap. Bubba over here is a 1-tap. He's got ZZ about to get that kill. If he hits it, bounces it though, unfortunate. Meanwhile, Bablo's going down to double lights. But they kill Whiskey. They need to get the kill on Bubba. Did Dizzy bounce 2 shots now? Steve is doing who knows what. Finally, Dizzy gets the kill. To tank advantage for Oblivion, but they're also low. 2 tank advantage, so 3v5. But Origin can 100% bring this back. Light tanks in the endgame are so nice. They can hunt down Steve whenever they want. They can try to use them to hunt down ammo racks as well. And Oblivion really just needs to get as much damage into Korra as they can before those lights start dealing damage. But the lights have 3 caps right now. Origin's looking really good. Oblivion, though, they bring back the HP deficit, and now they have the lead, able to just basically full health Korra. Those lights weren't able to do anything. I thought Origin might have had something, but a 2v5 is difficult. They need to get the bases, though. Someone needs to get in the bases. Looks like Steve's going to get in C. ZZ into D. Oblivion does have the cap lead. They would have lost it if they didn't step in the bases right now, but now they have it. It's fine. So highest full health. He has things that he can do. Fortunati has to be scared. He is a 3-shot and potentially a 2-shot with some decent rolls here. ZZ knows he's spotted. Does he know he's spotted? Maybe he's been spotted long enough such that it doesn't matter. Fortunati does not want to shoot. If he shoots, Oblivion knows where he is and he can get the kill. What Oblivion needs to do is they need to hide all their low health tanks. And that's what High wants to do, is High wants to get kills on them. High puts the shot in. He's lit, though. Now all the other Oblivion tanks can adjust knowing that Fortunati's lit as well. Perfect information all around the board. Every tank is spotted. Except for Akame. But Fortunati's looking for a kill. He doesn't have one, though. So many clippers on Oblivion. They're dangerous. Not easy to just push in on. High's going to go for Akame here. Doesn't see Akame. Turns. He gets shot in the rear. No, he doesn't have the kill on Akame. He's looking for Rex. Doesn't have it. And Akame's going to put the full clip in. High will be able to pick up this one, but now High's stuck completely. Steve should be able to help pick that off. Down goes Fort, down goes High. In Oblivion, who were down 2-0, they're now up 3-2. This is exactly what happened with the Joker set. But the other way around, this time it's happening to Origin. Oblivion have found the momentum. And they are now at match point, having, in my opinion, the better spawn on Normandy, the South. Oh dear. It's just pure cinema today, guys. I hope y'all are enjoying this set. This has been a good one. Absolute cinema. Oh, as soon as I say that, Schism said it in the chat as well. That's hilarious. Oh, very nice. Like when there aren't stream rules. Yeah, see, it's more fun when it's close. What's up, Jefe dos Sapos? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Is it Jefe or Chefe? I don't really know what the pronunciation of that would be. I'm guessing it's Chefe, actually. Anyways, guys, let's see if Origin will equalize. They're going back to their typical lineup. They've used it in multiple maps today. This is the third or fourth map they've used it on. 5 of 3s, an E6, and a light. Oblivion's got an assortment. The Crown in there. And the Skunk. And the MLE. Lots of viewers. Hope you guys are enjoying. I didn't actually see what the prediction's at. If I look at the prediction, what is it? It's 50-50. Holy cow. 2 people have put in 1.5k. Not that much. Honestly, predictions are a little bit dead lately. That's just because my YouTube channel has been popping off and Twitch just kind of fell off. It's funny because I've always considered myself a Twitch streamer, not a YouTuber. But for the past, I'd say probably 2 years, my YouTube's been popping. And I think that's mostly just because of the integration that YouTube has with Blitz and that Twitch doesn't. I think that started it. Like a lot of the Blitz communities on YouTube, even though like actual WAT PC is on Twitch. It's just interesting. Anyway, both teams have a light here. They're doing different things. I is going to the beach. ZZ is going for a C grab. Both teams are headed towards A. Bablo, though, taking a little sneaky group spot that covers A, but him being down there, I actually will have shots. Origin's going to push this straight up. They got Korra Playmaker just going right on in. Kame and Rex, though, they'll have shots potentially. No, I think Playmaker's safe. However, Bablo is just going to get farmed in the rear, I believe. There we go. Call Me Daddy High, both getting spotted. Bablo using his reactive. Yeah, he's just going to get farmed. He's caught here. Oblivion, though, they will have their counter push. They're going to kill Rob and Whiskey quite quickly. Ranger missing the shot, though. Ooh, Rack, though. That's going to hurt. That hurts. That's nearly a full health Rack. They trade for Bablo, and they still have a tank they can focus being Rob. I think they're just going to try to send Steven alone. Not want to commit multiple tanks to that. That would be an overcommitment. High is going to try to help out, though, and Steve bounced a shot. He's not going to be able to get the kill with this clip. And that means that Rob's going to be able to put in a little bit more damage. But Playmaker dropping all the way down. It's going to take some time for him to join the fight. That means Oblivion's going to be looking good. But look at the spot here from the light tank. Highlights about you. He's going to have some really nice farms here. Oblivion needs to deal with that. Their light tank ZZZ is going to try to farm Fortunati, maybe grab the B base. But at the moment, it's looking like an Oblivion win here, guys. The HP, Kame picking up Playmaker. Korra's a one-shot. He does kill Ranger first. High's doing good damage in the light tank, but is it going to be enough? It's a 4v3. They're down a tank, they're down HP. High's going to hunt down Dizzy, though. They're going to go for that little light tank 1v1. The question is, can Dizzy just delay it long enough for Oblivion to get kills with the rest of their tanks? Gentleman's going to try to fight the E6 here. Trying to make a play for gun elevation over the Crown Von's gun elevation, but interesting. I actually think that Call Me Daddy could win that 1v1. At the moment, though, let's look at the lights. High's going for Dizzy. I think Dizzy missed a shot there. Can Origin bring it back? He's going to try to go for the ram kill. High has Adrenaline. He might even get the shot out first. Not quite. So it's a 3v3. It's even now. Gentleman's unloaded 2 shots in the clip. You don't want to unload the third. You need to reload. Ooh, Steve trying to shoot Call Me Daddy. That bounced. That really would have helped out there. But Gentleman's just going to unload the full... Or he's going to reload the full clip, and he should have the kill. 3v3. High being the only light tank alive, he's... Was he spotted? I think he was still spotted from Dizzy shooting him with the Tracer Shell. Gentleman, he's going to have to roll decent. 395. Gets the kill. High's going to be able to come in and clean up. but they got the kill. Akame has plenty of HP to help out against 410ID. And I don't think Hai is going to be able to 1 versus 3 this. Gentleman, going to try to put in one shot here. Gets it. Hai picks up the kill, but 2 healthy tanks to deal with. I don't think he has it. There's Steve. Steve with the kill. An Oblivion upset Origin 4-2. Didn't predict that. Guys, that means we have a 3-way tie for first heading in tomorrow. Hold up. Hold up. And none of them are fighting each other. They've all fought each other already. So it depends on a bunch of different things. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. This is a great set, but Oblivion woke up after their first 2 games. Kame with 4.2, Hai 4.5. He had a good farming position in the mid game there, but unfortunately couldn't bring it back in the late game. So it seems that Oblivion beat Origin, who beat Joker. So maybe Oblivion's the best team this season. Who knows? This is a great set, though. And of course, we get an offer. Let me refresh the brackets real quick. This would be a big upset. Yeah, no, that was good. I enjoyed that. It means we have a 3-way tie for first, I believe. Unless Joker somehow lost the set. And the sets are not all done, actually. Elev and A is still happening. So maybe they went to tiebreaker. Will Elev get their first set win? That's the question. Well, let me go ahead and show it. And here we are, y'all. I guess we should just scroll here. Joker destroyed Reggie. Apex 4-2 Evany, so it wasn't quite a sweep. This set, obviously, we watched, but NA Elev is still happening. I can wait. I mean, we know that this set was relatively long. This one's not gonna. This one's definitely got like less than 10 minutes remaining. I'm pretty sure. We can wait. We can play a game. I'm curious to see what the final outcome is before tomorrow. I think we're still gonna watch Reggie Oblivion. Apex Origin's gonna be a good one as well. Because if any of these teams lose between Joker, Oblivion, and Origin, they're not going to be safe. But right now, yeah, 3-way tie with 5 wins each. You guys can see this now. Oblivion's got, or sorry, Apex has 4, so they're safe to make it at least to the double elim. Reggie probably safe. And then either NA is going to have 2 wins, or NA and Evany and Elev will all have 1 headed into the final day. So it's interesting. So near the edge of the double elim, both edges actually, there's a little bit of interesting stuff going on, some ties. So after tomorrow, we will know, though, the teams that go straight in, teams that are eliminated, the teams that will fight in the double elim on the 10th and 11th, I believe the dates are. I will confirm that really quickly. So stream tomorrow, and then streams on, yeah, 10th and 11th at 9 Eastern, typical time. And yeah, so I'll do another website refresh really quickly, just to see if in the past 2 minutes of me yapping they finished up. But otherwise, we can just play a game. And surely it'll be done after a game or 2. Okay, still going on. You see 5 battles, means that we're not done yet, so let's just play. We'll go back to type 5. Upset stream, yeah. I would have gone 0 for 2 on predictions today for this stream. But like, you can't blame me. It's impossible to bet against Joker, especially after they won last season top 4 13-0. WTF Oblivion, yeah. They had a good dub. It's not like they're a terrible team that's causing crazy upsets. It's pretty much all top 4 players. So it's not very surprising. Fall back. I'm not going that way. Actually, this is a very heavy game. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Maybe my teammates are onto something here. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I will go. Is the comeback? Yeah, it was great. I think these guys can take care of it. I think they can. I'm gonna help out over here. Now, unfortunately, it took the entire first minute to do this, but it's fine. It's fine. My team is all playing very far back. I need to make some sort of play. Oh my goodness, Sheridan got hit. Oh, so they have a bunch of TDs back there, huh? Can I hit one? Oh, the team enemy's just playing campy. I know that this guy is probably gonna hit me in a sec. I just don't care, man. I don't care to camp. Okay. Unlucky. We're out of top 4? No, no, absolutely not. They're just not safe. Like, they're not guaranteed in. They might have to play the double elimination depending on how things go. I'll just hold this, honestly. Hold the middle. It's fine. Nice. Got the HE. So our SDP committed a little bit too far. He falls as well. This is probably a loss. My teammates are not pushing on the heavy side at all. I'm gonna have to move forward because I got players behind me. But that leopard's just gonna be able to flank me probably, so this is no brains. Can I get an ammo rack here? That'd be crazy. Like that. Let's do that. Yeah, my heavies need to move. Literally, it's just two 300 HP tanks just completely holding them back. This is sad. Now I'm just cooked. Cooked. Yeah, it's Jover. Lel, this dude's saying Lel, dude. It took you 3 minutes to kill 2 tanks. And we have 6 tanks over here, by the way, not including me. And I even had to put an extra shot. What a team. What a team. I'm not even going to say anything. I was going to say, it took you 3 minutes to kill 2 tanks, by the way. Frankly, it is 10v10. I don't care that much. If I need more armor? No, I do not want that tank to be broken. I think it's fine as it is. If they made it broken, it would just be so unfun for the game as a whole. The tank would just be cancer to play against. Alright, all 6 are done. And 11 got their win, guys. 11 got their win. Tiebreaker. I would have guessed this wrong, and I would have guessed this wrong. So both I would have gone 50-50, man. So a few upsets today. That's nice. Good job to 11. That means that they're still in it. They're not like out of top 8 contended. Any of these teams can make it. Lev, NA, Evany. 2 of these 3 will probably leave. But there's a chance that Reggie goes down as well. They've got a tough set ahead of them. But people are going to start complaining about rigging. There's a bunch of people complaining about Reggie and Oblivion rigging in in the PYS stage as well. Like, for 1, I think that's ridiculous. But for 2, Oblivion has big incentive to win tomorrow, because if they win and they count on like an Origin loss or a Joker loss somehow, that would put them safe in top 4. There's no reason that Reggie would want to lose to, or Oblivion would want Reggie to win here. So yeah, I think interesting sets. I mean, all of them have some sort of stake, right? Because NA having Joker, it's going to be difficult for them to win that set, so they might end up with 1 win. Evany 11, loser of this set's not making it, and the winner stays. This is actually a good one to watch as well. 11 Evany. I don't think this one's going to get streamed. But I have to cover Reggie. I haven't covered Reggie yet, and this one's an interesting one as well. Yeah. I feel bad for Reggie if I switched off of it. Because, yeah, really, like, the winner of this set moves on and the loser doesn't, most likely. Because if we're assuming NA is going to end up with 1 win, And the loser of this set's going to end up with 1 win, and the winner's going to have 2. So I think Reggie's safe, actually. I think Oblivion, they're fighting for top 2. And then Elev and Evany are fighting for last. I think we got to watch Elev Evany, guys. I think that might be what we watch. I don't know. I'll decide. I feel bad for not streaming Reggie, but I think they are safe. I'm pretty sure they're safe. Yeah, they are safe. Right? Unless, what if NA beats Joker, then they wouldn't be safe. But really, are we going to count on that? I don't think so. No offense, NA. If you guys pull off an upset against Joker, I will humbly apologize. But I think Elev Evany might be the play. Let me know what you guys think. I'm probably just going to go ahead and call the stream here, since we've got all of our info. But yeah, last stream for top 8 is tomorrow. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you then. So as always, stay safe. Happy tanking.
Mm-hmm.